There was a notice that just said there shouldn't be private property in the public space. Yeah. Here's the statute, but that was it. It didn't say anything that they were going to come remove stuff. There was no deadline. There was no means of consultation or anyone to contact. Okay. And so this morning we woke up just because we heard the front end loader like pulling into the alley, and they just started loading stuff in. So a lot of people are out of town. I think their stuff was, some of it we got into people's backyards, but some of it just got hauled away.
It's a great example of taking over public space in a productive way, and I think that's just been killed undemocratically and very unnecessarily.
Okay. And it's space that was dangerous and unsanitary before it wasn't cleaned up by the city. It was cleaned up by the people who live on the alley. Right.
So I'm assuming the city is now going to maintain it, keep the heroin needles clean, put some greenery in it.
Well, here's what I would respond, actually. In fact, I mean, it's not a political decision. Politicians don't give orders to do this kind of thing. We have bylaws that exist for a whole variety of reasons, and once there are complaints made by citizens about a situation that is not in conformity with those bylaws, our civil service has no choice but to intervene and to enforce the bylaw. And so, but let me finish, because there's good news. That's the problem, and because we have a lot of people who are, we have a lot of people in the neighborhood who believe in direct action. And I myself am sympathetic to direct action, but the risk of direct action is that at some point the authorities may be forced to come in and enforce the rules, enforce the law. The alternative is to have a green alley project, or to have a project that's done in cooperation with the borough. And this kind of reappropriation of the laneway is exactly in keeping with the priorities of our administration. So you'd have a cooperative partner that if you made a pitch to our borough to green this alley, to make it more pleasant for everybody, even to put in installations. We're very open to that. And we're actually actively doing this in we have 12 green alley projects, very robust, just this summer.
But I'm saying that our experience up until the destruction of it was inadequate. So let's make up for that inadequacy by working together, which I'm happy that you're extending this offer to work together. But up until the destruction of this, it was not appropriate. The reaction from the city was inappropriate. The letter was inappropriate.
You do acknowledge that there were also neighbors who complained repeatedly.
Not through the proper channels.
Like, well, the proper channel, if there's a noise complaint, is you call the cops, right?
And the cops.
I've never seen the cops.
We've never once seen the cops come. Once.